No Paquito for Cerezo, no split push style. They want to still play the team fight, neutral objective game.
Yeah, ooh, I think it's quite dangerous though for DEWA, man. Bigetron, they have the advantage of having the grok that now
We're basically test samples for the red robots. Will this time around they project their wrath, or will they once again falter? It is Bigetron Alpha against DEWA United, leg number 2, game number 1.
It's not every day you get to see the Juicin and the Zas get ignored in the first phase, but you see it here in week 6 of MPL ID. Perhaps both these teams have found a way to counter those 2 picks in scrims, but man, it's both junglers actually opting to rotate towards the top side of the map. You can already see Eman on the winning matchup here, utilizing this as a strong side to bully Azura.
Yeah, I mean, Lunox is like lane counter towards the Carrot, but how do you think it'll fare late game?
the Lunox in the late game.
Yeah,
I think it's a great option as well, technically, against even the front line. It's a roam. It's a roam terrorista coming here for the side of DEWA. So in the late game, he's going to be susceptible to getting bursted down by that Chaos Order. Ambulance by Indie Home here, as we have some time tenacities for the side of DEWA. They know they want to go all in, they want to go for fights. Even the firmness, but look at Eman, who forced to flicker away already. He's running the Master Assassin as well. And just why Mueza is trying to be active and ruin that laning phase.
A lot of damage placed down. Actually, might be a kill. Mueza not going to use the flicker. Wants to save it for the next neutral objective. Super Luke at the bottom lane getting ganked. But it does seem like he should be okay unless Ray decides, no, he used the Spear of Alpha earlier.
Oh, too early for the Body of Smith to pop, and Mueza just melts in the hands of Superken. That is going to be a very important kill to get the Nolan going.
Superken can get snowballing, is quite risky. In theory, there's not a lot of targets for DEWA United, but ooh, Superken,
It's gonna be fine.
Yes, I was saying, there's a lot of targets for Superken to try and deny, but later on, the Nolan, if he gets snowballed, he can kind of burst down even the tank, so DEWA has to be careful here.
It's gonna be problematic for them as they take a look at the turtle, and this is going to be a very strong fight. Key will open up.
Yeah, real world glitch comes down. Superken winning on the retreat battle, but get caught by the Spear of Alpha. Still though, fighting within the real world manipulation. Super Luke has level 4. DEWA tried to gamble with Cerezo being level 3, and it did not pay off. Now they're chasing DEWA under the tier 1. Eman has the Chaos, jumps in. The wild charge not able to connect, but it doesn't matter. Eman picks the kill up onto Mueza, and it's a win for Bigetron Alpha.
The clear speed, the level advantage is what Bigetron was able to use right there. And for DEWA, going in all in, fighting in the real world manipulation. I mean, we haven't seen the Yve in so long. I'm glad to see it in the hands of Marino. But that first fight was so ideal, man. He got a full channel, dropping down the damage, raining it down on DEWA United. And it does AoE technically. DEWA, if they want to go for these skirmishes, have to go for the right person, the right people. Eman can go invulnerable with the blessing, the blessing order, but they have to make sure that Marino gets put in check, gets kept on check, because otherwise the damage output can be even higher than the Lunox. Because you remember, everyone's clumped up, and Yve has all AoE in her kit.
Yeah, RWM is also a very good zoning tool to be used in the team fights, as Super Luke and Cerezo not sharing that much of an action on bottom, just trying to trade blows left and right. But Bigetron Alpha, they have been very solid in the global response to the needs and the skirmishes happening. As we take a look at talent predictions by the new application GoPay, unanimous decision for Bigetron Alpha, except for Lim Kochel, who is basically cosplaying Papulong today.
But Lim Kochel showing up right here. As always, he has a soft spot in his heart for DEWA. But they certainly are struggling right here. Wild charge!
With the Chaos, Mueza gonna go in with a penalty zone, but Azura has been zoned away and not dealing enough damage. Flickers out to safety. Now goes up for Brilliance. Superken can go for it. No! Penalty zone on Mueza. No flicker. Ken just assassinates him, and Azura can't do anything now with the usage of the Zaman Force earlier. He can just watch as BTR push in. They're even gonna start the turtle.
Umino on the other side, Super Luke against 3, against 2, no issue, just walking forward. No other ways to burst.
Okay, stop! Unfortunately, he has Purified. That caster POV did nothing. It's also an active skill, but you can't really get out of the Nolan Fracture, can you? Oh no! Cerezo getting destroyed by his ex-team as Superken just takes the turtle for free. Up top, it's a 1v1, Eman forcing Azura to utilize the Zaman Force defensively. Now Mueza putting some damage back on towards Eman, has a Brilliance still. Key has the wild charge as he decides to go for it. Good knock up, the Purify Moreno from the side, getting the kill. 7-1 to BTR.
Bigetron has been very good in the skirmishes, and they say history repeats itself. And I feel like it is going to be the case here. Feels like it's a leg one game all over again.
Well, especially the mid lane here for DEWA. You can see Mueza struggling to just rotate. And even though, in theory, the Theresa can help out with the clearing, right now for Bigetron, it's just so much cleaner. You get in the mid lane, you go with the power of nature, and Yves will spam out a Void Blast, a Void Crystal, and they walk, and they roam around. You can see that Case is stuck in the mid lane for a long period of time, but now pulling Luke back.
By the way, Luke went Flicker this game. I just realized.
Oh, yeah, Flicker Phobius, not the vengeance that we're used to, but maybe he wants that extra bit of maneuverability, because we talked about how he can't really move backwards, but Key...
Oh, he has the wild charge.
Oh.
Goes in on the 2 super
Oh.
now.
Good barrier.
The follow-up, the penalty zone locks Key down, but he still has the power of nature. Mueza going with the hammer down, but the Infernal Pursuit into the back means that Super Ken has all the room possible, and he just going for the fracture. And Man gets Mueza 2, and Ray just running for the hills. Azura, good dodge from that skill 2 of the Phobius. But they can't react to any of the red robot plays.
DEWA United they're just outmaneuvered by Bigetron Alpha. Clamping up together, looking to respond on the engages coming in from DEWA United, and they're able to win on the fights. I mean, Super Ken is 4-1, so is Eman, 2 kills to his name. It's going to be very, very hard of a hill for DEWA United to climb back up.
It's going from bad to worse right here, because Super Ken does not have to do anything too crazy. He can just stay in the front and just fracture whoever's taking some damage, staying in the front right there. And the fact that Keys is always so close to the front as a short-range, mid-range mage means that it's so easy for Super Ken to get his hands on him. And you can see that Sorizo is trying to do the cut, the roam. But for Bigetron with the Nolan, immediately you see Super Ken win out in that fight and dash all the way straight, clears the mid lane, clears the bottom lane, extending the goal and EXP lead even more, and ensuring that DEWA don't get any trades for it.
Yeah, Super Ken, as easy as ABC, he gets the turtle, but a super looking to charge in.
Jumping into the midst of it all, getting the knock-up again in for the pursuit T! El Momento finding the wild charge. The penalty zone used defensively. Super Ken banged in again, but he's still able to dodge away. Now Eman coming in with the chaos. And the brilliance under the turret. Moreno with the flicker forward too. Bigetron Alpha got 3 on the board. And DEWA can't get anything back.
They just don't have any damage. No real burst damage at all. It's all DPS. Super Ken going for a duel in the base. And Azura is just forced to accept it. They can't clear, and they just don't do enough damage. I mean, Moreno flickered forwards between turrets right there just to secure more kills. There's no way for DEWA to really threaten any real all-in, because at this point, Bigetron knows that the Phobias, the Grok, are just way too tanky. Even if Key or Super Luke gets taken out, they were going to pay a hefty price for it, and that's a trade that Bigetron are most definitely willing to make. The fact that their jungle is also a fighter and not an assassin means that, again, it's all DPS, right? You can see Ray doing damage, but it doesn't come out all at once.
Yeah. Termination and Obliteration is the name of the game for Bigetron Alpha. They have been so strong, 12-1, and it's still the 8th minute as Mueza purchases a Queen's Wings to really just mitigate the damage, but it can't really happen in an instant. I mean, Bigetron Alpha, they're able to just burst down the players of DEWA United.
And I'd say, when we look at the compositions, DEWA's composition falls off more than Bigetron, right? Bigetron have the Eve and the Lunox, so even if they do get to the late game, this actually still favors BTR.
The only real big scaler there maybe is Sorizo on the Edith, but even then, the Phobius doesn't really fall off either. The Super Luke now running away. Not really... See, it's DEWA. They can't really threaten anything. Luke wasn't even moving around like he was threatened, like he was prepared to escape. He just stands there.
Yeah, we haven't been able to see engages coming in, either the Spear of Alpha or the penalty zone, but he, again, just being in the front line. And so far, this Lord, will it be uncontested by DEWA United? I don't think they have the capabilities to just enter the pit, and it's going to be free for Bigetron Alpha.
Unless they can really burst down Luke or Key, there's no point in walking up like that. They're gonna output their damage and their resources onto the roamer, the EXP laner, and then that's where the jumps come in from Super Luke. The wild charge comes in from Key, and they lose 3 or 4 members. It's almost like at this point, that's the best they could do. Just look for info and defend. And with a Sushin of all things, to clear the waves, it's gonna be so difficult and so dangerous for Keys in this game. So Bigetron, let's see what they can do with the first Lord right here. They still have all the control, and they're really just locking DEWA into their own base.
That's a 9-minute level 15 Nolan too, so I mean, they're trying to beat the clock at this point. They have already done it. 10,000 in 9 minutes.
I mean, it's one of the heroes that can really get snowballing early on. But 15, level 15 in minute 10 is so
Crystal?
crazy. And the Holy Crystal purchase coming in from Iman as the Dominus Ice Wall for Key now. So take a look at a Siege coming in. Chorizo has to pop the Primal Wrath.
And the Flicker. Two massive resources already burnt out. And look at how Bigetron have been able to utilize this wave in the bottom lane. They're just slow pushing it so that the Holy Crystal will deal with the Lord, but then the next wave will be coming in for them to siege.
All right, now they're pushing up, and you can see Dewa kind of struggle. Key is already forced to back away.
Yeah.
First target for the side of Bigetron, and they're going to be looking for more.
Defensive Crimson Beacon. They already don't have the Primal Wrath, no Flicker on Chorizo. They have no engage. Yeah, Mueza can go in, but then there's not going to be any follow-up. That's two base turrets taken down by Bigetron Alpha. And Dewa can't do anything. Super Loop picks up the War Axe. As an offensive build, Key gets brought back, but really, there is no threat of this Rock dying. Nikki is Ray trying to go for the combo there. Super kill the fracture, now no Crimson Beacon! And the back to Wild Charge gets them all under the base. And now with Luke finally dying, Morena pops in a real world manipulation and survives because of it. The shielding. BTR, they've taken every member down except for Ray. Can they end it in the 11th minute? There's no waves to play with. Ray has the Spear of Alpha, and Mon decides to go for the Brilliance, and it baits him out. BTR making quick work out of Dewa United. Now all three on the base. 1-0, 17-3.
A tale as old as time. And Leg 2 doesn't see its repairs and fixes from Dewa United. They're able to take down Dewa in under 15 minutes. And with a flawless game like that, Bigetron Alpha are set to look their eyes on the upper bracket. But again,